What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In this video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are going to love, especially if you're a big Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're going to be looking into the future, talking about this upcoming offseason, and some key free agents at the point guard position that I believe the Lakers should target. The biggest question about the Lakers this summer is, will they re-sign Dennis Schroder? Will Dennis Schroder stay? And if he doesn't, the Lakers have to look elsewhere. So if you're a big Lakers fan and you want to know some free agents that would simply be perfect alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you're gonna love this. But quickly before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and you love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Lakers this offseason. As long as LeBron James is on the Lakers roster, expect them to be aggressive when it comes to any offseason. Improving your roster is the main key when talking about free agency, and when talking about this summer, the 2021 offseason, there are a lot of questions and concerns when it comes to the Lakers' future. We just got a big report last week that apparently Dennis Schroder might not be satisfied with his role, is looking for a big contract in free agency, which means the Lakers starting point guard could be leaving. During this season, the Lakers offered Dennis Schroder a 4-year contract extension of about $80 million, and guess what? Dennis rejected that contract. And with the possibility of them losing their point guard actually becoming real every single day, the Lakers have to be smart and target the best free agent point guards this summer, right now. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 point guard free agents that I simply believe would be perfect on the Lakers. If the Lakers can sign one of these players, it will elevate their chances of potentially winning another championship with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The Lakers have some money to spend this summer, so expect them to use it for the perfect free agent. The first free agent is Spencer Dinwiddie of the Brooklyn Nets, and this summer, he's becoming a free agent. During this year, Dinwiddie only played a total of 3 games, and early on in the season, he was hit with an ACL injury. With him being rumored to potentially come back this year during the NBA playoffs, one thing's for sure, he's gonna be healthy next year at the beginning, and that's why the Lakers want a new starting point guard. Dinwiddie could be a good fit. What's very special about Dinwiddie is his ability to be a combo guard who is good on both ends of the floor. He is known for being a facilitator, a shot creator with a lot of sneaky athleticism, and these special and unique attributes would fit perfectly alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. With Anthony Davis, Spencer could be a playmaker, and with LeBron, he could simply be a catch and shoot player. When talking about last season, when Dinwiddie did play, he averaged about 20.6 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 6.8 assists, 0.6 steals, and 0.3 blocks. Spencer Dinwiddie last year showed the NBA that he could actually run a starting point guard position. Throughout his NBA career, he's been compared to Dennis Schroder a lot, as both of these players are key 6-man point guards, but some can argue that Dinwiddie is better. So if the Lakers feel that exact same thing, they could offer him that 4-year $80 million contract, and I guarantee you, he would accept that. I believe Dinwiddie is a perfect under-the-radar target. The next point guard on this list is talking about Kyle Lowry of the Raptors, and he has been linked to the Lakers in these past few seasons. With Kyle Lowry becoming a UFA this summer, an unrestricted free agent, there are so many rumors that he might leave the Raptors. And with the Raptors not being competitive, entering a mini rebuild mode, I do believe Lowry is walking. A fun fact to know is that this season, during the NBA trade deadline, the Lakers and the Raptors were actually in conversation to work out a Kyle Lowry trade. The Raptors wanted THT, Talon Horton Tucker, but the Lakers didn't want to give him up, so ultimately the trade did not go through. But with the Lakers already having interest in Kyle Lowry in a trade market value, I believe they'll be interested in free agency as well. We just got some news a few days ago that when talking about Kyle Lowry, his goal is to win more rings before he retires. And with Kyle Lowry being 36 years old, he's gonna retire soon. I 100% agree joining the Lakers and LeBron James would give him a good chance. Kyle Lowry brings playmaking, floor spacing, and also leadership. I simply believe he's one of the best options out of all these point guards. The next point guard on this list is talking about Derrick Rose of the Knicks, and this summer, he's becoming an unrestricted free agent. When talking about this year, D Rose has been spectacular, especially on the New York Knicks. During this year's NBA trade deadline, D Rose was traded from the Pistons to the Knicks and is a big reason why right now the Knicks are in the playoffs. Which only means one thing: even though Derrick Rose is getting older, his career has had so many questions, so many injuries, D Rose is back and fully healthy. When talking about the Knicks, I am so proud of them. They made the playoffs this year, but if I'm gonna be honest, they're not gonna be a true championship contender this year or next year. And with Derrick Rose aging, I want to see him in a situation where he gets a real shot at a championship. The Lakers, in my opinion, would be a perfect opportunity, and if D Rose joins them, he could be the new starting point guard. Derrick Rose is a great ball handler, a great passer, a great finisher, and what's very special about D Rose is he's clutch. He is somebody LeBron and AD can trust in those big time moments. And I believe this summer, if Derrick Rose enters UFA and does not re-sign with the Knicks, the Lakers could maybe offer him a good amount of money, not $20 million, maybe $10 million or $5 to $10 million. They'd be getting an MVP caliber player at a really good price. Derrick Rose, one of my favorite point guard veteran targets. The next point guard on this list is talking about Mike Conley of the Utah Jazz, and this summer, he's gonna be an unrestricted free agent. Mike Conley is rumored to potentially be leaving the Jazz. We all know this season Mike Conley was spectacular. He averaged about 16 points per game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and made the NBA All-Star team for the first time in his career. I'm super proud of Mike Conley. If the Utah Jazz this year fail to win the NBA championship, even though they're the first seed, they get upsetted, Conley might actually leave as he is getting older and wants a real championship opportunity. What's very special about Conley is his ability to be a steady scorer, a consistent scorer, but also facilitate at a point guard position. We saw this year, the balance between Donovan Mitchell and Joe Ingles is simply perfect, and with the Lakers already having options number 1 and number 2, Conley will be a great third option. Another factor Conley brings is a defensive presence. I do believe he's a better defensive point guard than Dennis Schroder. I do believe signing him will be an upgrade. I'm not sure if Mike Conley would accept the 4-year $80 million, but I do know for sure Mike Conley would not mind joining the Lakers if it gives him a good shot at a championship. But the last point guard on this list is my favorite, and that's talking about CP3, Chris Paul, joining LeBron James on the Lakers. This, in my opinion, is the best case scenario. When talking about this summer, Chris Paul is going to be entering free agency with a player option, and if the Phoenix Suns fail this year, I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Paul leaves. With Chris Paul being 36, he's one of those NBA players that we want to see in a winning situation. We want to see CP3 win a championship, and maybe joining one of his best friends of LeBron James, it would simply make them unstoppable. It would be a new super team in the NBA. Chris Paul this year is averaging about 16 points per game, 8.9 assists, and is a big reason why the Suns are the second seed in the West. Last year, they didn't even make the playoffs, but this year, they're a top seed. That's simply how good Chris Paul is when it comes to his impactfulness and, of course, his positivity when it comes to leadership and playmaking. I'm gonna be honest though, the only way Chris Paul joins LeBron James and AD is if he opts out of his player option, which is about $40 million, and then takes a pay cut, signs with the Lakers on a cheaper deal. I'm not saying it's the smartest choice, but if CP3 wants a ring, I do believe it's not a bad idea. Chris Paul, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, I believe this team would be unstoppable. A big 3 of the ages. But yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about 5 point guards when it comes to free agency that I believe will be perfect for the Lakers if Dennis Schroder leaves. What's most important to me is what are your thoughts? Which one of these point guards do you believe is the best option, or are there any other point guards you believe will be a good fit? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!